Oh, we got an easy one here today, folks. Got the 2019. It's the Pacifica. It's got the big 3.6. And it's wicked loud. It's come undone. The flange rotted off the front of the muffler here, and the pipe's pretty thin and crusty there. I cut the clamp so I could get a better look under there. But like I say, the whole front of the flange is gone. Now this is the flex pipe that comes off the engine, and I'm a little apprehensive to just cut that flange off and cut this one off and sleeve it. A, the car's newer, halfway decent shape, and B, oftentimes you have to unhook this to perform certain tasks, so you can, drop the exhaust. And we know that Chryslers are often in the shop getting certain tasks performed, if you will. So what we elected to do is just replace the muffler. You gotta buy a new muffler with the flange. They make them aftermarket. We got a walker. It'll last half as long as this one did, but it'll still last. And they're unlimited, limited lifetime warranty against rust and corrosion. So I'll show you the new muffler. We got to get a measurement so we can cut the pipe out here and then make it fit. So here's the new one from Walker. It's got a little flare on it. Probably if I had a pipe bending machine that I could make that flare, we could just section in a stub. But I think this is just what we're going to do right now. Sometimes we're limited in the automotive aftermarket with what's available to us and what we're going to do and what's most economical. This is a fraction of the cost of, the OEM, which is the whole thing from there all the way to the tailpipe. That's a $500 million, and these are only a few hundred, or somewhere in that neighborhood. But they're junk. The Walker exhaust stuff is absolute trash. Rots right out. Like I say, maybe 2 years, but it's their stainless steel series, which is a joke. The body on here is some kind of alloy, but the pipes are just, regular toilet paper thin garbage. And they just don't last. But they'll warranty it. So I just want to get a roundabout overall length here so we can get her somewhat. We're just going to give her use the old micrometer here. We're going to say about 50 inches or so. Well, let's see, that's 11 inches from the body, so we'll hold that there. Come here about 50 inches. Boom. That's the overall length. That's not where you want to cut the pipe. Let's measure from that flange into the muffler. Where we at? About 30. We're going to say 31, and we need to add another 19 to that. Let me just make sure here. It's kind of getting rough. Idea 31. Come out here, add another 19. And that should be roughly the end of our muffler. Let's just have a little quick looky. Then about 50. That's about 50 and a half. So now that we know we're close, what do you want me to do? Chop it off? That's what I always ask Vanessa O. Chasing around. Let's see. We're just gonna take a good 5 inches off that, so we're safe. We want a little safety, a little window of safety. We're gonna cut this off, and then we can fine tune it when we can stick our pipe up here. But right now we can't really stick it up here because everything's in the way. Let's get the chop. Here we go. Somewhere's in this neighborhood. We got a hanger back on that resonator. Just want to make sure stuff isn't going to fall and get broken. Easy. Hang on, just by a whisper. Trying to give it the old one-handed handy here. It's not really working. That's what I was trying to avoid, is the machine gun effect. Poked a couple holes in the tin. Not to fear, though. Not to fear. You'll have that on those big jobs. That's what my son always tells me. You'll have that on those big jobs. Anytime something goes wrong. There, that's out of the way. I think it sounds like it's empty. I don't know what I would expect it to do. This one's way heavier. Not really. Stick that there, stick that up there. Oh, look, our marker's right on the money. Same size pipes, I imagine. Oh, no, she might fit right in there nice. All right. Being that our measurement was precise, we're gonna chop it off so it has just a few inches. And we'll flare that little guy out and slip it in. So everybody wants to know, why is it cutting so slow, Erico? Just use a new blade, just use Linux, just use Diablo. Milwaukee sucks. The reason it's cutting so slow is because I wasn't pushing down on it, because this thing's wiggly. Yeah, round about the same size. Oh man, it's so close to just fitting over there. We'll just flare that up a little bit, slide it right in. This might be our better option. This pipe's thinner, usually expands pretty easy, plus it's all dinged in. So we'll get the old pipe stretcher in there. Handy little tool to have for quick little adjustments like this. Doobie-doo. Ah, we should have stretched the other pipe, huh? Oh well. It won't take long. Was it really that close? Now we're screwed. Close now, boys. Oh, so close. Oh man, I'm right on the edge. I just gave her another little tweak. I'm thinking she's probably gonna be okay now. Gotta be super duper close. Oh, that's a precision fit, really. Think about it. Oh yeah. Oh, it's very tight. I give up on life. Good cow! Gonna have to get some lube on that thing. Come back in there with some of the fluid film. Now we can drive her home. Oh, slips right in. We're inside of this all the way. Looking very tight up here with our clamp fit. Almost. Loosening that up is not going to help you. Get your classic clamp on there. We'll grab a 9/16 here, tighten that up, and then we have this clamp here, the classic 36/542. We'll clamp that together. That appears to be a metric fastener. Oh, it's well welded. All right, yeehaw, hopefully this works. Toyota, oh yeah, Toyota. They utilize a clamp system like this. Absolute rubbish. They like to use it on their tailpipe on those Tundras, and that's the wink link on those. Yeah, looks like it's gonna give her a good squeeze there. Pull the whole mess together. We'll get that started. Give her another squeeze. Kind of get things shifted around here where they need to be. Make sure our muffler's nice and straight. I don't know if she shows it, but she's definitely not going to be in line for most original, 2019. Obviously with aftermarket muffler. Judge just picked right up on that right away. Let's grab a 13-ish, 9/16-ish, and we're done. I got a old nasty email one day from a lady. Apparently she works at Walker. She's all sorts of butthurt because I say that Walker products are junk, which they are. Let's be honest. Anybody who installs aftermarket exhaust parts knows that these are absolute trash, and they will not last more than 2 years in our environment. However, they monopolize the industry, and the only thing that anybody sells, if it's AutoZone, Advance Auto, FMP, Napa, any of the parts stores around here, all they carry is Walker. So that's what I don't want to say we're forced to buy, but if you're buying aftermarket, it's what you're getting. Unless you're willing to go on the line, Rock Auto or something. But she was pumped. She's like, I happen to work there and our products aren't junk. I emailed her back and said, lady, just because you work there doesn't mean it makes good products. Come on. Oh, very nice. Go back and do this one. It is what it is. Is it going to serve a purpose? You betcha. It's going to work fine. Car's going to be quiet, but we've just started that never-ending replace it every couple years bit here. This stuff will probably last for a while from the looks of it. At some point when this gives up the ghost, you're going to say, well, Eric, you can't hook up the rest of the Walker system to this because you flared it. Well, that's no big deal. At that point, just warranty this out, for the 3rd or 5th time that you've done it, and then replace the rest of that, if it makes sense. So that's it, folks. So I'm recording these little day-to-day videos for you because some people think that they're useful. And perhaps this one can be useful because you have a couple options. Up there we could just chop it off and sleeve it and, a couple clamps and, hope for the best. You could also go down, take and cut it off back a little further. You go down to a muffler shop or someplace that has a pipe bender and have them put that flange flare, put that flare on it, and then cut off the original muffler, slide this over, weld it, and then still utilize, the OEM style clamp. Or you can buy an aftermarket muffler that, is flared, and then, adapt it to the existing exhaust pipes if the rest of the pipes are in good shape, which on this car they are. But as we've seen here, depends on which aftermarket one you get, you're going to have to flare one of these pipes, one or the other, either the factory one or the aftermarket one, and kind of go from there. So there's multiple options, and I like to use the option that still allows that pipe to be removed easily, because that front pipe needs to be removed for certain things, and it's inevitable this car is going to need some work. It's kind of like motors are going to go bad on it, as they often do, and we're going to need to be able to unhook that stuff to get those other parts out. And if somebody put a sleeve on it or they welded it, just cut it, butted it, welded it, it becomes kind of a pain. because now you need one of these. You gotta chop it off, and that's it. People are asking down there in the comments, like, well, if you are so, you know, turned off by Walker and you know that their parts are junk and it's just going to rot out, why don't I go to, you know, buyabettermuffler.com and get one on there? And I would, you know, and you guys have seen that. Back when I had my 2014 Tundra, I bought a muffler that was aftermarket, that was not Walker, from Rock Auto or something. I don't remember what brand it was. But the problem with me buying customer parts on the line, you know, I go to, you know, I love mufflers.org, and, you know, they send me the muffler, it's half the price, twice the quality, but it's still rotted out. Let's say 4 years from now, it rots out, but it had an unlimited limited warranty, and now I need to redeem that. My customer's here saying, hey, my car's loud, you just haven't fixed it. But we look it up, we're like, oh, sorry, customer, that was 4 years ago. And all they remember is the unlimited limited warranty. So now I go to, you know, I love my quietmuffler.com, send them an email, because you can't talk to anybody and say, hey, this muffler's bad. And they want pictures, send them pictures. Oh, we need the physical product back. Once we get it, we'll send you a new muffler. You know, weeks go by. You just can't do that when you run a legit repair shop. Now, if you're just a home, you know, DIYer, boom, you know, do it. You got time. You can email back and forth with, you know, whatever muffler.com place you buy your mufflers from. But we simply can't. When this one rots out in 2 years, I call up Napper and said, hey, I need a 55 749er. Boom. Got it, same day. Send that one back, credit, if they even charge me for it. You usually, if you tell them it's warranty, they just send you one and you send it back. And I think they just throw them, I think if I remember right, when I talked to the lady at Vanessa O, when we used to deal with them, because they sell Walker as well, like we mentioned, I think they just threw them in their dumpster. I don't even think Walker wanted them back. It was something like that, because sometimes they would just tell me, just throw it in the garbage or throw it in your scrap metal, we'll just give you a free one. So the warranty thing's kind of nonsense, but I don't know. It's like everything else in our industry. Quality's going down, price is going up. You blame that on whatever you want to blame it on. Biden, Trump, COVID-19. What else do they say? Climate change, flat earth, and something else. I don't remember. Oh, tariffs. Jeez. Trying to get all the trigger words for you. There you go. Now you go ahead and get triggered in that comment section. Insta, Facebook. You guys know everything. And just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.